If you're moving to Charleston, you may face a very specific temptation while home shopping. After touring 3 historic homes where the floors tilt like a carnival funhouse and the closets are the size of a shoebox, you may be compelled to visit a new construction community. You'll drive through the perfectly manicured entrances of a neighborhood in places like Nexton, Cane Bay, or Johns Island. You'll walk into a model home that smells like fresh paint and possibility. The AC is blasting, there's a tray of warm cookies on the counter, and a very friendly sales rep hands you a glossy brochure. In that exact moment, you're standing in a financial minefield. I'm Derek, and with my wife Sarah, we're Team Wacaster, Charleston Realtors with Keller Williams. We know that relocation is a major life transition, and we completely understand the appeal of buying a brand new home with a warranty. But today, we're talking about one of the biggest mistakes buyers make, walking into a new construction community without representation. We're going to break down the model Home Mirage, the registration trap, and why that friendly sales rep is absolutely not your real estate agent. Let's start with the person sitting at the big desk in the model home. The on-site sales agent is usually incredibly nice, highly professional, and ready to answer all your questions. Because of this, buyers often assume this person is there to help them navigate the home buying process. When you use the builder's agent to write your contract, you're engaging an unrepresented dual agency. You have no one negotiating solely on your behalf, no one reviewing the contract for your protection, and no one acting as a buffer when construction delays or mistakes happen. In real estate, representation isn't just about unlocking doors and turning on lights. It's built on a fiduciary duty. That's the highest standard of care recognized by law. It means an agent is legally obligated to put your financial and personal interests above their own and above the interests of the person sitting across the negotiating table. To break down exactly what that legal duty entails, we use the acronym OLD CAR. Obedience, we must follow all lawful instructions from our client. Loyalty, we must prioritize our client's interests above all others, including our own. Disclosure, we must reveal all material facts about a property or transaction to our client. Confidentiality, we must protect the client's personal and financial information even after the transaction closes. Accounting, we must accurately manage all money and documents entrusted to us throughout the transaction. Reasonable care and diligence, we must use our expertise and skills to act competently on behalf of our clients. The friendly rep in the model home is also bound to these, but in unrepresented dual agency, the lines blur. Remember, this person is an employee of a large company that fiercely protects its bottom line and shareholder investments. Right or wrong, your information could be used against you. Here's a scenario. If you casually mention to the on-site sales rep that you're desperate to close in 30 days because you're currently living in a tiny Airbnb with 3 kids and a golden retriever, you haven't made a friend. You may have just voluntarily handed over all your negotiating leverage. To put it a different way, walking into a model home unrepresented is essentially like showing up to traffic court and asking the prosecutor to be your defense attorney just because they offered you a bottled water. They might be polite, but I promise you, they're not trying to get your case dismissed. Then it's time to walk through the model home. It's gorgeous. It has shiplap accent walls, a chef's kitchen with double ovens, engineered hardwood floors, and a screened-in porch overlooking a pond. You look at the flyer and it says base price $450,000. What the flyer doesn't explicitly tell you is that the house you're standing in has $150,000 worth of upgrades baked into it. That base price gets you Formica countertops, carpet in the living room, and wire shelving in the pantry. When you have your own realtor, we walk through the model with you and play a game called Standard or Upgrade. We help you separate the fantasy from the reality so you aren't blindsided when you go to the Builder's Design Center and realize that adding a ceiling fan is considered a luxury addition. Builders are masters of psychology. They put thousands of dollars of custom lighting and professional interior design into a model home to make you fall in love. But if you buy the base model, your home is going to look a lot less like a luxury retreat and more like a 2012 commercial office park. We help you budget for the upgrades that actually matter for your resale value. This is the most critical warning for anyone doing a scouting trip to Charleston before they actually move. When you walk into a model home, the very first thing they will ask you to do is sign in on an iPad, scan a QR code, or fill out a registration card. They'll say it's just to keep track of visitors or send you updates on new phases. Do not do this. Why? A thing called procuring cause. In real estate law, there's a concept called procuring cause. It's a fancy industry term that basically means who initiated the uninterrupted chain of events that led you to buying this house. Builders are desperate to establish a paper trail proving they were the procuring cause, not your real estate agent. Why do they care so much about a sign-in sheet? Because if they can prove you walked in unrepresented and gave them your contact info, they can try to refuse to allow an agent to represent you later in the process. If they don't have to pay a buyer's agent commission out of their budget, rest assured the builder doesn't pass those savings on to you. They simply keep that money as pure profit. Our solution is this. If you're driving around checking out the area and decide you just have to pop into a model home, you need to set the boundary immediately. Hand the sales rep our business card the moment you walk in. If they absolutely force you to sign a sheet or use an iPad, write our name and brokerage name right next to your last name. Better yet, have us with you when you go in. Protect your right to representation fiercely, because once the builder claims you, it's incredibly difficult to get that leverage back. There's a dangerous assumption that because a house is brand new, it's flawless. Buyers often ask me, Derek, it's new construction. It's been inspected by the county. Do I really need to hire my own private inspector? Yes, absolutely yes. The Charleston area is growing at an unprecedented rate. Subcontractors are moving at lightning speed, bouncing from one neighborhood to the next. Mistakes do happen. When you work with us, we strongly advise you to get phased inspections. That means an independent inspector checks the foundation before the concrete's poured, checks the framing and electrical before the drywall goes up, and does a final walkthrough before closing. We've found missing insulation, disconnected HVAC ducts in the attic, roof flashing errors, and grading issues that would turn your new backyard into a swamp during the next king tide. Skipping an independent inspection on a new build because it comes with a warranty is like skipping a parachute check because the airplane has a first aid kit. The warranty's great, but I'd rather you not have to tear open your brand new drywall 3 months after you move in. Finally, let's talk about money. Builders will often tell unrepresented buyers, we don't negotiate on price. Builders hate dropping their base prices because it ruins the comparable sales data for the rest of the neighborhood. However, a good realtor knows that price isn't the only lever to pull. If a builder has standing inventory, meaning a house that's finished but hasn't sold, we can often negotiate aggressive builder credits, design center allowances, or have them cover your closing costs or buy down your interest rate. Furthermore, builder contracts can be very confusing, and they're written entirely by the builder's legal team to protect the builder. We help you understand exactly what you're signing, including clauses about construction delays and earnest money. Having representation isn't just about having someone translate the fine print. It's about having a professional negotiator in your corner who knows exactly where the builder's flexibility is hidden. We know which buttons to push to try to unlock design center allowances, secure aggressive rate buydowns, and negotiate the terms that actually protect your deposit. Trying to casually out-negotiate a billion-dollar national corporation that sells houses every single day is a great way to leave money on the table. If you want to see homes for sale in the Lowcountry, whether new construction or an existing home, reach out to us. Our info is in the comments below. We can set up a custom search for your areas of interest. Don't just move to Charleston, move to the right part of Charleston for you. We will also send you a Charleston City Guide updated for 2026. It's not a comprehensive list of everything great to do, see, and eat here, just a few of our top favorites that you might enjoy if you're in town house hunting or just visiting. Our goal is to always be a resource for you. So if you're just starting your research or you're ready to make the move, we're just a message away. Take care, and we look forward to connecting with you soon.